County Road 18. Nice views on the bottom.
Amazing. Wow. That'd be a picture just from right there. Frida pointed out that on this spring here, you can see that there's quite a few stones that look like they were used for building and building up the spring. There were probably steps leading down to it at one time, and it would allow the spring to fill up when the water was abundant and to be able to walk down into the spring when the water was lower.
So it looks to me like
the old mill route, old military road spur.
Jane Mason was from the Captain Mason IV's daughter. She was born in Virginia. He served under General George Washington. His wife Mary got ill after the birth of their 13th child William in 1776. Mary was a young girl at the time, and military doctors were sent into the home to care for Mary under the auspices of Captain Mason and General George Washington. She never recovered from that. She died in 1778 or 1779. Mary never had any official training of any kind. It would be another 50 years in 1838 before there would be any medical training offered to women. However, midwifery was something that women were put into because the men felt that anything related to birthing babies was indecent. So even as a young child around the age of 10, she was brilliant because she picked up from under the tutelage of the military doctors how to care for her mother and basic health care needs, aftercare from birthing, and probably saw the worst of it since her mother did die from it. She left her married James Jeffery at the age of 20 against the wishes of her father. Her father, James, was illiterate, and he was also of British loyalty. This was despicable to her father. So she's not found in the Mason histories in Virginia. It's felt that they disowned her, which is interesting because then she came into the Arkansas, into the Missouri territories, into the White River Valley with her husband and her children. Jehoiada Jeffery in 1814 settled the White River Valley, and she is the mother of Jehoiada Jeffery, who is her oldest born son. She got into it with her husband, James, old Jim Jeffery, over birthing babies, white, black, Indian, and she apparently went across the river into the Stone County side of the river, which was Indian territory, and birthed a baby or helped with a baby, and her husband threw her out of the house. And she went to live with her son Daniel and his wife Mary, here where she is buried, and lived with her daughter Lavina and her husband Thomas Culp on what is Culp Road. Thomas Culp learned some doctoring from her and was well revered, went into the House of Representatives. Her son Jehoiada was in the House of Representatives. This is the matriarch of the White River Valley and the Jeffery family's grave.
We're told that there were a couple of iron crosses that were in this little depression at one time, which was a fence row. We're here now at what we think is some of the remains of the old Daniel Jeffery place. You see here across the pond there is a square log building that possibly may have been the old slave barn. Before they,
see these holes here?
yeah.
These are slave.
Oh, where they had the chain.
It goes all the way around.
See, they go all the way around.
Moved though?
These for slaves?
These are hand-hewn. You can see the hand-hewn axe parts in the... Now, what were you saying, Frida?
See how they go all the way around?
What?
Watch the slave hole.
What are you talking about?
Slave holes, right here. See the slave holes? They go all the way around the barn. See this? See the slave holes.
That's where the shackles and connected?
They use drain here.
I was thinking this had been moved. Like a double pen, framed house, pretty good sized home. Now this, it's possible that this belonged to the Jeffery family. Probably not the Daniel Jeffery home because it's a frame building. See here, the remnants of the lady of this home's pride and joys, the remains of the pretty plants that were one time planted around and came up in the spring of the year, bloomed.